Guys, it's jayccojj here for today's video. Excuse the background, I try to make it as pretty as possible. But for today, we have for the makeup Mr. Video 2020. So how this is going to work is I have a special guest today. And I am gonna show my favorites from one category and then she's gonna show hers. I don't even know how to talk anymore. So let's meet our special guest.
Okay, my name is Corey and today I'm going to show you my makeup phase and recommendation of the year. So first is eyebrows. I use this one a lot. This is the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow. I forget what color it is because it's in Korean, but I think it's the darkest brown. The next eyebrow product, I don't have it because I can't find it, but it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in dark brown.
First is gonna be eyebrows. So for eyebrows this year, I have two actually. I have the Clio brow, the Clio, you know Clio. It's kbeauty. Most of my stuff is gonna be kbeauty. It looks like this, and I love it because this shape is so convenient to use. This is the color gray brown. This is so convenient to use because you can use like really quick and brush it off or do detail color brows. It brings obviously a spoolie brush, and why I like this is because it brings a sharpener for the thing. So you know when you use it, it gets dull. You can use whoop, and it's sharp again. That's literally why I love it so much. And for my second one, me and Corey are actually matching. We have the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow. It looks like this, but mine's in the color black. Mine's in the color black. It has the same shape like the Clio one, and it brings a spoolie, but this one doesn't bring a sharpener. But this one is cheaper. This is like $1, $2, or $5 depending when you get it. So those are my favorite eyebrow products.
For primer, I can only show you one primer because my other primer I used it up and I threw it away like a week ago. But that's the Milk Hydro Grip. If you are interested in the Milk Hydro Grip and you're kind of late to the party like I was, I recommend getting the one that's $15 before you spend the $30. The NYX Honeydew Me Up is a good dupe for it, and it's almost gone. It's time for me to buy another one.
For primer, oh my god, my hair's a mess. My makeup doesn't even look good today, oh my god. For primer, we have 3. So I have the 3CE Primer Mist. I've been, in every single makeup video I have for the past year, you know, I've been using this. I got this because of Edward Abila. You know, he's my favorite YouTuber. Literally everything I get is because of him. The primer mist, this is supposed to make your foundation last longer. You spray it before you put makeup on. But me, I also spray it before I put powder and after I put powder on. Then we have the 3CE Back to Baby Pore Velvet Primer. This is like a Burberry tester primer to cover your pores. I literally use it in this area. And I use the tiniest amount because the foundation does sit on top of it. But it's amazing if you use the tiniest amount. I do recommend you get it. I will link every single product of mine and Corey down below so you can buy them. Yeah. The third primer I have is the in Miracle Shine Cream. This is like a... it's a cream, it's a moisturizer, but it helps improve it's a primer and a moisturizer. You can use it at the end of your skincare, and you can use it before you use your makeup because it blurs your pores too. But it moisturizes, it has avocado oil and so many others humectant things to hydrate your skin.
For foundation, I have 3 recommendations. First is my all-time fave. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Foundation. This is one of the shades that Jackie Aina helped to include, basically. But this is my favorite foundation of all time. Rare Beauty is a good foundation as well. This just came out this year. Surprisingly, my favorite thing about this foundation is the applicator, which is funny because when you watch people review about it, the applicator was the thing they hated the most. The thing that I was super impressed with is the Cosmetics Daydream cushion. This right here is amazing. I would definitely be using this a lot, especially now since it's winter. I don't know if I'm going to be using it in the summer because it's super dewy, and it's also kind of messy and you sweat a lot in the summer, so I don't know how well this would do in the summertime. But for now, for the winter months and maybe the spring months, I'll be wearing it.
So for foundation, we have, actually I have two, but I haven't really been using foundation that much. Like this face is just concealer and powder because it's too heavy. But when I do use foundations, the ones that I use was the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Foundation. I love this. I just love it. It is really cheap too, and it's great. This is just a great foundation. Okay, for the next one is a cushion, but wait a minute. So you know Avon, you know those books, those people that just go to your house and sell you stuff. So my sister sells that, and out of nowhere I was just curious. I was like, I'm not even gonna buy anything from here because I don't buy Avon. But I happen to be looking at the book and I see that the Face Shop, a Korean brand, collaborated with them. I was like, what the fuck? And I saw that they made a dark cushion. A dark skin cushion. And it's basically still kbeauty because the Face Shop collaborated with them. This is amazing. It's the ink lasting cushion. It's like their normal cushion, the normal Face Shop cushion, but they made like a dark one. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. It literally says it right there. Face Shop, Avon. It's so good. It's probably the same formula as their normal one. Amazing. I did do a review on this. The video, I will link that video down below if I remember it, because I have to link so many things today. But yeah,
our concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way multi-sculpting concealer. This is hands down my favorite concealer of all time. The next concealer are the Maybelline Fit Me Concealers. I have this in 3 colors. I have a highlight shade, my exact skin tone, and then I have another one that's like a contour, but I couldn't find it. The proof is right there. Like this one is almost gone. That's my exact color. Like it's almost gone, and then I'm starting to get gaps right here in the highlight shade. I feel like out of all the drugstore concealers I have tried so far, this is the one I like the most.
Concealer. For concealer, I have three concealers, and so first one, I've been using the Kylie Cosmetic Concealer, and this is what I've been using lately for my normal everyday looks, to put all over my face and use it as foundation. This is what I've been using for that. It's really good because it's a demi matte, so it's not too matte and not too dewy. I like it because it's really good for that. This is what the bottle looks like. This is $20, so it's not too expensive, but it's not too cheap. It's in the middle. Next, we have the ColourPop Cosmetics Concealer, the no filter one. It's literally almost empty. It looks like this. This is literally $6. And it's matte. Because I have oily, dehydrated skin. So, matte. Then we have the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. Is also matte, and this is like $5. I got this at Walmart. It's really good. I literally use this right here and right here to brighten, and that's it.
Next is setting powder. I do have very dry skin, so finding setting powders can be kind of hard for me. That's not too mattifying or super oil controlling because I don't have a lot of oils. But the two I recommend the most, which is the only two I have, is the Kylie Cosmetics setting powder in beige and the Fenty Beauty setting powder in honey. I mostly like using the Kylie one during the winter time because it's super lightweight. It doesn't really mattify, which I like. It just sets your face and that's it. I do sweat in the summer and this does not stop the oils or the sweat. If anything, it just melts right off my face. So this is more ideal for the winter time. The Fenty Beauty, I use this throughout the year. It helps my skin both winter and summer. It doesn't over mattify my face even when I use it to bake.
For powder, I have three. There are two looses and one pressed. So for the looses, I've been using the Cosrx Perfectible Cintella Mirror Powder. It contains Cintella asiatica in the powder, and the powder is so soft. It literally leaves your skin. Oh, I love it. But I don't use a lot of it. What I do is I press and I press here. I don't leave it on my skin. And if I do, I brush it with the biggest brush because it is translucent and it doesn't leave, look, it doesn't leave anything. But do not, I literally use this only on the daylight because do not take photos at night. It leaves flashback. I literally use this only on the daylight. And because the reason I'm making this my favorite for 2020 is because it leaves your skin really, like it doesn't mattify it too much. It leaves like it's a really good amount of mattifying. It's so good. That's the only reason. Then we have like a dupe, like a cheaper one. It's the Etude House No Sebum Powder. It's the same thing. Well, I think it's the same thing. Just that this one's a little bit more velvety and that one's a little bit more soft. But it's basically the same thing. If you use the Innisfree No Sebum Powder, this is what that is. They came out with this like this year. I also made a review on this, so you can go check that out. For the pressed one, I have the Beverly Super Stay Powder. This is the pressed one. I use this for touch-ups. This is all I do. I use the brush, I press it, or I grab just my sponge, tap, and that's it. And it's really good. It doesn't add on the cake, like you can see it, but it doesn't add on, like you don't look too cakey with that. Because I touch up a lot. Next is eyeshadow. If you watch my channel a lot, you would know that I use both this palette and this palette a lot. These are my staple pieces. This is the Morphe 3503 palette. It's the 3CE palette in Plot Twist. This one is almost gone. This is hands down my favorite shimmer shade of all time. Like, out of all the different shimmers I have tried, this one is definitely my favorite. For eyeshadow, I have 3 palettes, and let's start with this. So this is literally what I'm wearing right now. Here you can see it, but look, you see? So it's the 3C Eye Switch. This is the shade Stuck. I literally love this for every day. You can literally do anything with this. You can put it on your top eye, here on the aegosol. I love this for every day. It doesn't look bad in person, but here you can even see it, but it's really good. I love the eye shades from 3CE. Get them. Next, another 3CE palette. This is the this from the Clear Layer collection that I reviewed earlier in the day. I'm so dumb. I literally just used one shade on my eyes and that was a review. Now that I've played with it a lot more, this is how it looks. I love the packaging. The only reason I bought this is because of the packaging, because I love this packaging. But it's basically an all shimmer palette except for 2 shades that are not shimmer. But literally every single shimmer I use is a kbeauty one. For mattes, I use Western eyeshadows, but for shimmers and glitters, Korean brands know how to do that. They really know how to do that. But I love this for a shimmer on the inner corner or here on top just by itself. It's really good. The only reason, because these two are silver, but one of them has gold on it, and they all have different textures. Some of them are soft, some of them are chunky, but there has a gold, that like a pinky one, but they're really good and they're amazing. I love this for. Next one, we have the Get Ready from Pony Effect. I also made a review on this, literally using one shade. But yeah, the Pony Effect, it looks like this. It's more like a red kind of thing. And I love this one for like also natural, because this brown has gold glitters on it. But it's a matte brown, but it's like a pinky type of palette, and these are glitters and these are shimmers, but these are really good, and the red in that is so good. I love this palette. I want to try the blue one because it was this one and a blue one. I want to try the blue one sometime soon, but when I have the money, because I'm poor. But yeah, next. Now, like I said, for mattes and for any type of look I do that involves me using a matte eyeshadow, I do use this one sometimes, but when I'm doing like Instagram looks, they need to be like, you know. For that, I use the James Charles mini palette, because you know this has like every single color on it, and I was like, sure, let's just get this. I like James Charles, but I was like, let's just get it, and it's really good. It's really good. The shimmers are good. They're muted, but they're good. They're amazing. The black on this, but yeah, the palette is what I used for eyeshadow looks.
Next is mascara. I only have two mascara and they both by Maybelline. I have the Great Lash Mascara and I have the Colossal Mascara. This isn't the original Colossal Mascara. This is the waterproof one. The original one is so much better than a waterproof one. This one is probably my favorite. It's what I'm using right now. Of course, I have on false lashes, but I use this one the most. But overall, these are the ones I suggest out of all the mascaras I use.
Next is mascara. The only mascara I use is the Revlon So Fierce mascara. This is like $6 on Ulta. The only reason I'm using this and not one is because I'm not even wearing mascara right now. The only reason I use mascara is because I used to wear lashes, and I still do when I do Instagram looks. So you can follow me on Instagram to see those. But that's the only reason I use mascara. If not, I don't really use mascara.
Next are highlighters. I have the Glossier Halo Scope Stick in Topaz, and then the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid Highlighter in 200 Medium Nude Glow. That's such a long name. I like the Glossier one just a bit more because it is a golden color and it kind of just complements my skin more than this one. I'm wearing the Glossier one right now, by the way. It's hands down one of my favorite and the one I recommend the most.
I don't use highlighters because they enjoy my texture, and I used to just put them here like I use that with blush, but I decided to just cut them off. So
next are blush. I actually have 4 recommendations when it comes to the blush because blush is probably my favorite part of doing makeup. The first one is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. I absolutely love these. If you're somebody who's wanting to get into liquid blush and you're of the dark, deeper skin complexion, I definitely recommend trying her blushes out because they're super pigmented. Next is probably my hands down favorite blush of all time. That's the Glossier Cloud Paint. Is what I'm wearing right now actually, and I absolutely love it. Another thing that I like is that this lasts a long time because very little goes a long way. I've been having this since the beginning of 2019 and it's the end of 2020 and I still have a good bit left. Next is something that I recently just tried. It's the M Cosmetics Serum Blush in Venetian Rose. I I absolutely love this color. I have 4 of their blushes, but out of all 4, this is the one I recommend the most because it's the most pigmented, and also I feel like this is the most flattering on all skin tones. Lastly, it's something that I only show briefly on my channel, but I absolutely love it. It can make cream cheek and the shade 16 Terra Cotta. I was so nervous that this wouldn't show up on me because it is J-Beauty, and Japanese and Korean beauty are very similar in terms of pigmentation. It is very pigmented and the color looks absolutely amazing on my skin tone. I'm definitely gonna go back and buy more shades and show you guys different swatches and how it looks on a darker complexion.
So for blush, I'm not really a person that I used to not like blush at all. I will not put blush on my skin. But I decided, I was like, K-Beauty is not really that pigmented, so let me just try it. So the blush that I decided to try and I absolutely love, which is what I'm wearing right now on this video, is a 3CE Duo Blusher in the shade Instinct. When I tell you, this is so good. And it's not pigmented at the beginning. You have to build it up, but it builds up to a beautiful color. It looks like this. It's a pinky one. It looks kind of white in the camera, but it's a pinky one and a red one. And I love this packaging. Let me just tell you, this packaging, amazing. This is the brush that it comes with. I use this brush because the other ones, I don't find my blush brush. So I use this one and I just swipe it like that.
Last but not least are the lip products of the I Mean Mystery Blur Tint and 003 Mystery Mandarin. This is the perfect nudie coral base lip color for my skin complexion. If you're somebody who's looking for a nice coral orange, just not too bright but not too light to where it washes you out, I definitely recommend trying this one out. And what I'm wearing right now is the M Cosmetic Lip Cushion in Angelique. I absolutely love it. I mean, it complements my skin tone so well. It's a nice natural pink on me, and also this staying power is hands down my favorite of all times.
But for lips I have 4. 2 actual lipstick and 2 liquid type of stuff. So let's start with these. For the first is the 3CE Clear Layer Collection. This one's Holy Chic. This is a really good red. I'm not wearing this right now, but this is really good red. Like, it's matte and it's like a blue red, so it's intense. It's like boom, but it's also so subtle. Like, I love this, and I love the look at that packaging. Oh my god, yeah, that's literally the one. Next, the Pony Effect Whisper Lipsticks. It's not just this one. Every single one on the line, they're all the same formula. This is just the red. But the Whisper Lipstick from Pony Effect are literally so good. Like, yeah. Next, 2 3C products. These are my fave. This is my first K-Beauty lip product. So this is the Velvet Tint. This is for an everyday. This is really subtle. You can even use this as blush because of how velvety it is. But it smells so good too. You have to smell this when you get it. But this is really subtle, really good. This is the 3CE Velvet Tint. So good. Next is the 3CE Soft Lip Lacquer. This is basically a liquid lipstick because it dries down. And that's why I love it so much. But this is literally this in a liquid form.
Alright, so that's pretty much it for my recommendation of the year. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. It is Corizus, CORIZUS. Also follow me on Instagram at Corizus666. And I hope to see you guys in the future.
This is all we have for today's video. I was really excited to work with Corey on this video. Thank you, Corey, so much for working with me on making this video possible. And see you in the other one. Bye, JJs.